Public schools are experiencing a significant drop in enrollment. Find out which grades were most affected later in the show.
And the San Diego Music Awards are back. Find out which of your favorite local artists are nominated. Coming up in entertainment.
And baseball is returning to Petco Park. Stick around to hear the latest in sports.
And we had a bit of a heat wave last week. Find out if the sun is here to stay in weather.
Starts now. I'm Ingrid Estrella, and welcome to this week's edition of Newscene, a broadcast produced by the students of San Diego City College. Every Wednesday, we bring you the latest news of the week. We continue to follow all necessary local, state, and federal guidelines to ensure a safe environment for those of us back on campus, but we remain as focused as ever on bringing you the latest. We start tonight with an update on the conflict in Ukraine. A new report has found credible evidence of human rights violations by Russian forces. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe has found clear patterns of violations of humanitarian law. These findings have the potential to be labeled as war crimes. And for the first time, President Joe Biden is calling the Russian attacks in Ukraine genocide. The U.S. government rarely uses that term, but Biden repeated his rhetoric given the scenes of devastation. He was met with praise from President Zelensky over his remarks.
Your ability to fill up your tank, none of it should hinge on whether a dictator declares war and commits genocide half a world away.
And switching gears. Your library card is now your ticket to the great outdoors. Jessy, tell us more.
Thanks, Estrella. Just in time for summer vacation, some good news for California library card holders and hikers. Starting this week, you could check out a pass for California State Park at a local library. The new pass will allow free day use entry at more than 200 participating state parks. That includes favorites like Crystal Cove and Julia Pfizer Burns State Park. And closer to home, that means free visit to Torrey Pines State Beach and Carlsbad State Beach. The program is funded through Governor Gavin Newsom Outdoor for All initiative. You can check out these free California State Library Pass at any of the 1,110 public libraries across the state. And the news comes just as the San Diego County Library System is expanding its hours. The change impacts all 33 locations. The county's 6th largest library will now be open 7 days a week. New hours are posted at each library and can also be found online at sdcl.org.
Thanks, Jessy. Well, it looks like it's time to dust off my library card and put it to good use. And public schools across the county and the state are seeing the lowest enrollment numbers in more than 2 decades. The California Department of Education reported there was nearly a 2% decrease from last year alone. That equals to more than 110,000 students in a single year. The biggest drops were seen in 1st, 7th, and 9th grades. Locally, San Diego Unified is reporting that drop has been more noticeable. Its enrollment is down nearly 3%. On a lighter note, a circus celebration is in town right here in San Diego. The Fern Street Circus is once again performing all around the city. This nonprofit organization educates families through fun performances and classes, all free of charge. And it has been doing so for the last 30 years. The circus will be in City Heights through May 15th. To see the list of upcoming shows across San Diego, visit fernstreetcircus.com. And it looks as if Mexico's president has won by a landslide in an election that he called on himself. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has won nearly 92% of the recall that will keep him in office. The election was suggested by the president himself, saying that the confirmation is vital to his democratic mandate. It's noted that the turnout for this election was low. Only 18% of eligible voters turned out on Sunday, according to the National Electoral Institute. And the San Diego Music Awards are back. Find out which of your local favorite artists are nominated, coming up in entertainment. And baseball is returning to Petco Park. Stick around to hear the latest in sports. Stay with Newscene after the break.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume is not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and to help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Welcome back to Newscene. X marks the spot, well, for those that choose to market. American travelers have a new option of selecting a gender when applying for a passport. Applicants can now select a new X gender representing unspecified or another gender. The option is available even if it varies from their birth certificate or other documents. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says the option will be offered for other documents next year. And a proposal from federal lawmakers could make it harder for unruly passengers to get back on a plane. A new no-fly list is an idea that airlines say would help keep flight crews safer from violence. Within the last year, 6,000 people have been reported as unruly. The majority of those were cited for mask compliance violations. A similar effort failed back in February. And the biggest event for local musicians is coming up soon. Josh, tell us more.
Get your concert t-shirts and a pair of comfortable shoes ready, music lovers. The 31st San Diego Music Awards are back. Hosted by the San Diego Music Foundation, the award show recognizes the achievements of our diverse local music scene. This year, there is plenty to celebrate. Some of the top nominees are Rebecca Jade, Mrs. Henry, the Varigolds, and Sarah Petite.
I know sometimes it's hard to...
Rebecca Jade has a record 5 nominations, including Song of the Year, Best Video, and Best R&B, Funk, or Soul Song. Meanwhile, the roots rock band Mrs. Henry has 4 nominations. Rounding off the top nominees, the Varigolds and Sarah Petite both have 3 nominations each. Other notable nominees this year include gospel trio The Sacred Souls, guitarist Patrick Yandel, hip-hop artist Crimes, and the bands Aviator Stash and Mojave Soul. And a major milestone for jazz and standards vocalist Jessy Davis. Davis is set to receive the Country Dick Montana Lifetime Achievement Award for his distinguished career spanning multiple decades. The San Diego Music Awards will be held on April 19 on the outdoor concert stage at Humphreys by the Bay. Proceeds from ticket sales will be used to support music programs in local K-12 schools through the San Diego Music Foundation's Guitars for Schools program. But get your tickets today as they are selling fast. Tickets are available for purchase at SanDiegoMusicAwards.com. For Newscene, this is Josh Hernandez. Back to you, Estrella.
Thanks, Josh. This will be a great event for music lovers to check out. And in international news, an early heat wave is bringing extreme temperatures to parts of northwest India. The sweltering heat is breaking April records with 107-degree days. The unusual early summer weather has grown more intense in the last decade. Severe water shortages are also a concern due to widespread lack of running water. Climate scientists expect more of the same in the coming years. And Padres fans are getting excited for the home opener. Ash, tell us more.
Thanks, Estrella. Padres fans, now it's your time. Baseball returns to Petco Park tomorrow for the Padres home opener. The team opened with 2 away games in Arizona and Bay Area, but they will face a major challenge in the defending World Series champion Atlanta Braves tomorrow. First pitch is set for 5:10. And if you miss the opener, don't worry. The home stand continues through the weekend against Atlanta before the Cincinnati Reds visit early next week. And the University of San Diego men's basketball team has a new coach with a big name. Steve Lavin, an NCAA tournament regular for 12 seasons as a coach for UCLA and St. John's, will take over the struggling program at USD. As a coach, Lavin won 65% of his games and made the NCAA tournament 6 times. He is also one of only 2 coaches in the country to lead the team to the Sweet 16 5 times. And that's all for sports today. Back to you, Estrella.
Thanks, Ash. I'm super excited for baseball season and for visiting Petco Park. And if you haven't done your taxes, now is the time to wrap them up or ask for an extension. The last day to file your taxes is Monday, April 18th. If you need more time than that, you can file an extension through the IRS Free File website. You can get the deadline pushed back by 6 months as long as you submit that request by April 18th. But you'll still have to pay the IRS now if you owe to avoid penalties later. And last week was pretty hot here in San Diego. Jillian, are things going to cool down?
Thanks, Estrella. It definitely felt like summer last week with those really high temperatures, but it looks like things are going to be slightly cooling down a bit. But that sunshine is not going anywhere. But we also are going to see that patchy fog in the early mornings and late at night, so before 11 a.m. and after 11 p.m. So for our current temperatures, we can see the coast and inland areas, it's going to be beautiful at 60s. In the mountains, it's going to be more breezy, so maybe grab a light jacket if you're heading out of the house. And in the deserts, it's going to be beautiful at 77. What could be better, right? So let's go to tonight's temperatures. If we look at it, we can see mostly 50s and 40s. We got 50 in Del Mar, we got 52 in San Diego, 44 in El Cajon, and even 40 in Julian. So definitely going to be a cooler night. Dress warm if you're going out. That's what I'd recommend. For our 5-day forecast, let's take a look. It's going to be a beautiful week ahead. So we got Thursday and Friday going to be sunny. And Saturday is going to be beautiful weather, but slightly cooler. And it's going to be more cloudy. And then Sunday and Monday will also be beautiful and sunny. So it's a great weekend just so you know to go see your friends and family and get out in the sun. And that's all I have for weather. Back to you, Estrella.
And that's all we have for this week's Newscene. You can tune in for a new show every Wednesday evening on ITV or anytime you want on YouTube. You can also keep up with the latest news from the entire City Times media team on sdcitytimes.com/newscene. This is Ingrid Estrella. Good night.